welcome to episode 10 of Tuesdays with TC Social. Today we have Raina, the photographer queen of influencers. She will be talking to us about her recent vacation as well as loving yourself, because that is a major point we at TC Social are trying to get all of you to understand. So without further ado, let's welcome Raina. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's talk to your fans a little bit about what you've been up to. So I know you just got back from vacation, so let's talk a little bit about how Florida, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about how Florida was.
Honestly, I'm not a big fan. It was fun, but I expected it to be, hot because that's what the weather said. But then when I got there, it was, 60 degrees every day. And so I had nothing to do, and so I just stayed in my hotel room. But other than that, it was fun.
You know, I find it so weird being on vacation. So, you do stuff and you have fun, but then you come back to your hotel room or you come back and you're just like, I'm ready to be in my own house.
Exactly.
My own bed.
I literally get so homesick. No,
yeah.
I'm a type of person that doesn't change. And so when I'm in a different environment, everything just feels weird and I feel so off. So I just like being in my bed.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I found somebody like me. I literally do that. And sometimes vacations are so stressful for me because I feel like you have to plan everything out, because if not, you're bored. I mean, you're just sitting there like you would at home, just in a different spot.
Exactly. My family, we went to all the Disney parks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a bunch of other stuff done, but I'm the type of person that could do one thing one day and then I need a break. And so one day I went to Universal, and then the next day I went to Disney World. And then the next day they had plans to go to the other parks, and I'm like, I'm just going to stay home. I can't do this. And so then they went and did stuff, and I just laid in bed because I was so drained.
You're it's okay. Don't feel bad.
So much fun.
Yeah. So what do you have coming up influencer-wise? I mean, let's talk a little bit about what you've got going on.
So I don't know everyone should know I'm basically a photographer for influencers. So I have a lot of shoots coming out. I have some video stuff coming out with a few companies. And then in the next 30 days or so, there should be something really exciting going on with this other company that I can't really talk about, but it's just going to be really excited. I know.
Those are always the best ones, though, especially the ones you can't talk about.
Exactly, and it's just, so nerve-wracking to, because, I'm the type of person that I'm not going to believe it until it actually happens.
Uh-huh.
But to where I know that it's happening, so I'm really scared, but then I'm also so excited. And it's with all my best friends, so it's so much fun. So I'm really excited about that.
Yay!
Yeah.
I get the same way, don't worry. Especially because you want to talk about it, and you're like, if I don't talk about it, it's not going to happen. And then you're like, but I can't talk about it.
Exactly, and it's if you talk about it, and then it doesn't happen, and then you look dumb because it doesn't happen. And so that's, why I just don't talk about stuff.
Right.
But, yeah, so stuff, there's some really exciting stuff coming along. A few campaigns that I'm working on, with a lot of my influencer friends, because, so the one thing I feel really strongly about is to make sure that everyone knows that they're loved and that everyone feels safe in this world and that everyone knows that they could speak out about what they believe and not be teared down for it, and that they can just live their life to their to the fullest potential that they can, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that have to live with themselves. So if they're not happy, then there's no point to living. And so, oh my gosh, I'm gonna talk about this. I posted a little bit on my Instagram story about it. So on my flight coming back, there was a long TSA line, 45 minutes. And my entire family, we were there. My dad goes through TSA pre-check because he's a businessman, and so he just gets to.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was 10 minutes until our flight was going to leave. And so we were, convinced we were going to miss it. And we were in line. And then my sister was in the line next to us. And my mom was being weird and just dancing. And so I just walked to my sister. And then I was like, let's go back with mom. And so we walked to the other line to go with my mom and our entire family.
Mm-hmm.
And then this man behind us, I don't care like about race or whatever, but he was an older white man, and he started just getting really upset at us. And then so we were like, it's okay, like I'm with my family, I was just here. And
Yeah.
then he proceeds to say, you're the reason Trump needs to build a wall. And then in that moment, I was like, excuse me, like, what the, and so just real, because that was the first time that that's ever happened to me where I've been treated like that because of the color of my skin or like my race. And so knowing that people go through this daily and that there are evil people like this just makes me want to like do these campaigns even more to make sure that people know that it's not okay and that no matter what color your skin is, no matter what race you are, no matter your gender, that you belong here and that you should be able to feel safe and that you shouldn't have get to feel unsafe in this world that we were brought into. You know what I mean?
Well, and my biggest thing is how do even people get to that line? Like, how does your line of thought go from I'm aggravated that I feel like you guys cut me in line to you did it because you're this way and this is what's going on with it? Like, to me, that's crazy. And it's so sad too because I've dealt with this a lot with, I have a thyroid disease. So my teeth are essentially turning black. And the two in the front have turned black first, and dental work is super expensive. So I have to wait for that. So the stigma that comes with it, I mean, I've been called everything from meth head to drug addict to all sorts of things. And to me, you know, yes, meth does cause your teeth to turn black, but that's not the only thing that causes your teeth to turn black. And and since I've had to deal with that, I've been a very big advocate on being comfortable in your own skin. I smile in my pictures. I'm obviously still doing a video webcast. Like I'm to a point where you have to love yourself. And I love when I always like to connect with people that are empowering other people and are big on, there's always going to be somebody out there who has an issue with you, but that's their issue. That's not your issue. So I cannot even believe that somebody did that.
And it was so sad because he had like teenage daughters with him and they were like laughing. And they were laughing, like going along with it. And so I'm literally standing there bawling my eyes out and I was like, you're what's wrong with America. Like I hope you're happy with the way you're raising your children. Like that's disgusting. And then but it was instant karma because the TSA man came up to me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And because he saw everything happen.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, "Not really." And then so he literally grabbed me and my entire family and let us cut in front of everyone in line. And then so I was like, "Okay, this man was mad about us in line, but like, now we're in front of him." Like, so it was just really fun.
It's always weird how that works out. And to be honest, like I don't know. I'm one of those people that can't be quiet. I'm not one of those like video recorders on the side. So like I would have been one of those people in line would have been like, what did you just say?
Exactly. And then so then I just posted his picture because I videotaped him after and I was like, guys, I just want you to know that this man literally just like was being disgusting to me because I'm Mexican. And then so I just posted his picture on Instagram on my story and it was just a lot of fun.
Crazy. I mean, but that's good. At least you get to share it with your fans and I mean your fans can have their input because like I've said before on the show that like followers of these influencers and you guys like they're like pit bulls. They are ready to tear somebody apart.
Like my friends like they're really popular. I'll like comment like joking on their Instagram like how we joke and I'll get like so much hate back and they'll be like, "You're gross, you're all this stuff, how dare you comment my fave?" And I was like, "We're friends, it's a joke."
Jeez, nobody was talking to you, move along.
Exactly. People are vicious, but honestly like I love that because it knows like I know that like people have my friends back and my back because when people comment stuff on my account, like I'll get one hate comment and there'll be like 30 responses to it. And that's what I love, just knowing that like teenagers are powerful and that's something that no one older people don't understand is that literally we have the power to do anything we want. But it's so sad knowing that a lot of other influencers are putting it in younger people's head that they're just partying and they're just throwing their lives away and it's just living the life and
Or
getting
it's okay
Gucci
to put each
bags.
other down.
Exactly.
Like famous people are really bad for this right now.
Hmm.
I'm gonna call out Nicki Minaj because I can, and I feel like,
Go girl.
right? I feel like it's just you're taking the platform that you have, especially with young women, because you have
Hmm.
that platform, and especially calling yourself Barbie, and and doing nothing but tearing anybody else down that comes in your space. I mean,
Exactly.
tearing somebody down because they have a number one hit and you don't, or you were number one and they weren't. Like, where's love? Where's the I helped you out, you helped
Exactly.
me out, let's all help each other out? I mean, ugh.
And again, like it's like people like they don't understand that like just be positive. Like there's literally no point to just be negative all the time on social media to portray that to your followers because then that's showing that if they can do it, I can do it. And so it's like, just come on, let's just be nice. Let's all like have a swaggy time. Like,
Exactly. Or the worst is the hate with hate. So like the
hmm.
call out that somebody's doing something wrong while having everybody else attack them, which is another thing I'm not a fan of. I mean, you can tell somebody, "Hey, that wasn't a cool comment," and move
Yeah,
on. You don't have to go to their page and screenshot all their posts and talk about their family life. And you know what I mean? Because then
exactly.
you're no different than the person who posted it.
Making a diss track.
Exactly. Hold on, let me record this in the back real quick. Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
gosh.
But we actually are here at TC Social. We've actually
Hmm.
started really focusing on self love and really like pushing feeling comfortable with yourself because you're right.
Yeah.
You can't. Valentine's Day is coming up, and
Hmm.
it's the biggest day for suicides. And I
Wow.
think I think it's a major thing to say that a lot of people focus because they see all the flowers and the candy and the chocolates and everything else, and they have to understand that if you don't have someone else to romantically love that day, that's
Hmm.
not necessarily what that day's about. You can love the people
Exactly.
around you, you can love your friends. You have to love yourself because you can't love somebody you don't know. And if you don't know yourself, you don't love yourself. So I think
Exactly.
that's all very something that needs to be said, that you have to love yourself first. And if you do, then
Hmm.
everything else doesn't matter. You don't care about being alone. You don't care about having to hang out on a holiday where everybody else is lovey dovey or whatever.
Yeah.
So because
I
even
think
people
that's
in
really
relationships
important.
don't like it.
Yeah, literally, they'll be like, "Do we have to do anything?"
It's like the people that aren't are like, man, I want one, and the people that were like, okay, I don't remember what I
Exactly.
got last year, so whatever.
Like, I don't even think that. Like, I think that it's important. Let's just love every day. Like, I get it. Like, the flowers and like making everyone feel special, but it's like if you're only gonna do it on that day, it's not important.
Nope,
You know what I mean? Because it's like
you're just being
if you're
told to do it that day.
exactly, it's like you're forced. If you're in a relationship and you just do something nice for your significant other on Valentine's Day, it's because you have to. And so it's I don't know. I just
It's like
think
a
we all
no-win
just need to get
situation
along.
though, because if you don't, then it's like one of those. I thought you said not to give me anything.
Exactly. But then if you do, you get in trouble because I didn't get you anything. So it's like just like a lose lose.
Right? So usually I'll ask on here, what made you get into social media
Hmm.
influencing? So I know that you take
Ooh.
photos of social media
Yeah.
influencers, but you yourself have obviously become one. So
Uh huh.
what made you want to start that, and how did it get started?
Okay, so this is a really fun story.
I love fun
I'm not
stories.
sure. Woohoo! I'm not sure if like a lot of people know this, but if you've been following me for a long time, then you definitely will. So I started out as a fangirl. Um, so in like 2014, I would go to MagCon San Diego, O2L meetups, everything. Like it was bad to where like every day of the week I was out doing something, meeting my favorite YouTubers
Hmm.
and just going crazy. And then so I did that for like 2 3 years, would meet celebrities. I've met Justin Bieber 12 times because I'm obsessed with him. Um, but so I would just go to all these meetups and do all these things, and then everyone started to like get to know me
Hmm.
because like I'd be at everything, and then um, so I've been into cameras my entire life, like no matter what it is. When I was like 6 years old, I would be making cooking videos in my kitchen on my iPod Nano with a video camera on the back. And I didn't even know. I wish I could find these videos, but they're only on my iPod that I lost.
Hmm.
And I would talk and I'd be like, "Hey guys, what's up?" didn't know what YouTube was, didn't know what anything was,
Right?
and I talked to people through
Didn't
my
know the
iPod.
need of YouTube, but it obviously needed to be.
Exactly. And so, always loved cameras. And then on one of my birthdays, my dad got me my first DSLR camera.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, dope. I'm gonna be this dope photographer. I sucked at taking pictures. Literally, like the worst pictures ever. Like to be on this like planet. Like disgusting. So then I started watching YouTube videos, getting to know like how to use my camera. I bought like a $60 lens on Amazon. I broke it like the next week, so then I kept getting them. Um, and then so I started DMing other like influencers with like more followers than me, like 10,000 followers. Like I had like 3,000 at the time. So I just started DMing people. I literally never knew anything like how to do Instagram, how to work the social media. And so I'd DM them and be like, hey, I'd love to take your pictures. And then so I'd be like, okay, I'll do them for free. You just need to tag me on Instagram. And then so then I just started doing that. And then
Boom.
that's yeah, exactly. And people think it's so hard to do social media, and like it is once you're in it, but it's essentially not hard to like get into it. You just need to like know what to do.
I think the
It's
thinking
really
is what
simple.
catches people. Like, I don't think they realize that a lot of these different, especially, I mean, come on, guys, an egg just got the most liked picture, okay? So, like, it's
I
not.
can barely break 3,000 likes on a picture.
Okay, listen, I'm over here barely breaking. I can't even get to 100. Okay, I'm trying. I've been trying since April. I have built my Instagram from 300 to 1,700. So
Okay, go
I,
off.
I'm
Wow.
getting there, but you know, it's a long process, and that's another thing is to
Yeah.
not get down on yourself while it's happening. I mean, you're gonna lose followers. I lose like 10 a day. I've
I lost
1,700 like 4 times in the last week.
I lost 300 followers in like 2 days.
Holy
So,
cow!
yeah, people don't like me.
You know, but do you ever have like your some thought process? Like I only lose 2 or 3, and I'm like, what did I do?
Exactly. I knew it happened after I posted a picture of myself.
Uh huh.
So that's where it goes. Since like I'll get like my followers like from like the people I take pictures of,
Mhm.
and then like they like either really like me for me, or once I don't post pictures every day of their fave, they unfollow me.
Mhm.
So it's just it works out because I keep the ones that I actually like.
Yeah.
But like it's like come on, just keep following me.
Right. Well, and I wanted to ask this.
Mhm.
So being a female influencer,
Mhm.
is it it seems to me from the outside looking in, because I'm trying to be an influencer here, obviously,
Yeah.
and I'm in the older age group. So like
Mhm.
for me, and I don't mean older guys, I just mean older than teenager. Anyway, I when I see it, I see like a lot of the guys. I'm not saying you guys don't have talent because you guys are
Mhm.
talented. Don't get me wrong, but it seems like a lot of fans really go towards looks. Like
Yeah.
they're really like really solid looking guy is gonna have immediate following with "I love you" everywhere, and it just seems like girls have to do a little bit harder work than that. And usually that's not what it's like. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I completely agree because a guy can post one shirtless TikTok and then get 10,000 followers, and we literally have to like work for it. Like I literally, hold on, my ears don't like are like too small,
I
so I
hate
have to like
those. They cannot work well with my ears. I have to use these big ass headphones.
no, but so guys can post one shirtless picture and they work. I know how this works. Like they literally will just be like, I wish I had a girlfriend. And then these
Mhm.
12, 13-year-old girls go crazy because they're like, oh my gosh, I want to be your girlfriend. Let me be your girlfriend. So then
Or
they
like
become
this picture and
obsessed
I'll
with them.
send you a DM.
Oh my gosh. Comment 10 times until your comments get blocked and I'll DM you and follow you. Those are literally all my friends that do that. But no shade.
No,
But
and honestly, if you're that person, like I'm not trying to throw shade at all either. I'm just saying that it's harder for girls because you can't go
no,
and
it
be like,
really is.
hey, anybody who wants to date me.
No, yeah, so with girls, you either have to have the little innocent look
Mhm.
or you need to be willing to show whatever and just to be like hella wild on it. And
Mhm.
so it's like if you're not, then you won't get the likes. If you're not showing your butt, you're not gonna get the likes. Or if like it's
It's
just
sad.
so it really is. It
And
really
it's the
is
same in
sad.
my field too. It's the same, and it's sad because I mean, it's frustrating when you put in so much hard work and then you see hard work that's not being put in, and you're just kind of like, okay. But and
Yeah.
this is another thing. This was my whole line of thought on it though, is that's why you have to keep pushing through it, because there's some people that have made really good names for themselves by not being that person.
Yeah.
Eliza's a big one. Just things like that. And you don't have to be like super funny either. 'Cause, I mean, I feel like that's the trade off. Like if you're not showing your butt, then you have to just make people laugh all the time.
Exactly.
But that's not it either. I mean, you can be you, or personality wise, or anything. Like I said, I'm in love with your line. I think that it really
Thank
promotes
you.
self love. And I'm big on that. So for me, that's why I wanted to have you on the show, and I thought you were going to be really great somebody to talk to, because it really affects people, especially in this industry and this time. Like they try to get on there, and it's a lot harder when you have 500 followers and you get a bad comment, because nobody is standing up for you at that point.
Exactly.
You are looking at that might be the only comment on one of your pictures. And for me, this is my special shout out to those people that you're not alone. We've all been there. I'm going through it right now.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And there's honestly very great people in this community. I mean, I'd love to link up with you after the show and follow you on Instagram and things like that. And
same.
I think that that's what people are missing, is it's showcased of how angry and rude people are or jealous, but there are so many people that are willing to support you because they're going through the same thing, and they want, it's a mutual thing. So I think you have to find your niche, and you have to find your friends, and they don't all live there. I mean, I have friends now in Australia and England and all sorts of places that I never thought I would.
Yeah, I literally became like best friends with one of like my best friend's fan account that is like also like started following me, and like now I talk to her every single day. And so like it's like shows that like there are so many good people in this world. And like when I was in middle school, I was literally an evil kid. Like I was mean, I was a brat, but it stemmed from me not loving myself and me not knowing who I am.
Totally back to the no issue with somebody else, it's an issue with you. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I feel like all these hate comments, like the people behind it, it's just because they don't know how to love themselves, and they can't function without letting other people know that they need to be hurt like they are. Because when I was in 7th grade, I was in public school for the first year ever. I was homeschooled all my life, and then went to private school in like 5th grade. But then in 7th grade, it was like a total change of scenery, to where it's like you either need to be mean, you either need to be popular, or you either have to deal with the consequences of not being both. You know what I mean? And so I would hang out with just go around hanging out with everyone, but I was mean to people. I was so mean, and I feel so bad because I let other people get to me because I was being treated wrong. So then I just wanted to let anyone else get what I was getting. So like I would be a brat to everyone, even to my family. And so that's why I feel like this young generation, they're so impressionable, to where it's like whatever they're getting, they're going to be giving. So if they're not being treated nicely, they're not going to be treating people nicely. And I just feel like that's something that us as a generation, and me as an influencer, and my friends as influencers, that's what my campaign is, that we're working on, is about. It's just, there's so many people and there's so many children in this world that like don't know, like that don't have like good influences for them. But it's like on social media, like they have the people like right there. So if they're not receiving like good feedback from people, then that's gonna just ruin like our world, honestly. So wow, I was ranting.
Well, no, and to switch it, like to be able to switch. So
exactly,
instead of getting angry when you see a comment like that, because your first thought is like, screw you, what is wrong with you? I've taught myself like I almost feel so bad. Like I almost feel like I'll look at it and I'll be like, what is going on in your life that you feel like attacking somebody like this is going to make you feel better? Like why? There's a lot of pain going on. And I mean, I'm big on horoscopes and stuff, and being a Pisces.
Literally me too. Oh my gosh.
Being a Pisces is like my problem.
I'll like read someone's daily horoscope and I'll be like, oh, so what are you doing?
What's your sign? No, but really, what's your sign?
Oh, I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn. Well, I was born on a cusp, so
Mm.
I'm a Pisces, but I have an Aries personality too, so that's
Mm.
really kind of fun. But most of the time, I'm very sad for people, and I'm always like, oh no. So I think that helping, like if you guys want to throw that in with your
Mm.
project, but like helping like turn the thought process around of like the whole fighting fire with fire thing,
Mm-hmm.
stopping it from the point of when somebody says something like that, take the 2 seconds to think about it. Meditation is
Exactly.
right now, that will help, but take 2 seconds to think about it and be like, you know what, even if you're not willing to share with me what's going on in your life, like I'm not going to take this personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're saying it, you
Yeah.
feel bad for what you've said before, so for the people that you said it to, it would do no good for them to have to worry about it now. You've
Exactly.
changed, you've moved on, and you feel bad for what you've done, and then
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, and that's the whole thing, because we're all
Exactly.
human. We all say things we're not supposed to sometimes. Come on now.
That's one thing too. Like, that's one thing I don't agree with when like people bring up like people's tweets from like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, come on, they're definitely like not the person that they were. Because I've said offensive things years ago. You know what I mean? Like I was an immature child that didn't know what to do and didn't know how to act around
Yeah.
people when I was sad myself and going through depression and all this stuff. So that's when I feel like we just it just goes back to just we need to like be like these people's like these children's big sister or big brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why I literally make it a point on my Instagram for people to know that I'm there. Like I literally have my DMs open to all of my followers.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they have a problem, I will sit there DMing them. I'll call them. I give them my number. I give them like because I just if I had a me when I was them because
Mm-hmm.
I've gone through what a lot of them have gone through. If I had someone like me that I looked up to talk to me and just to help me through things, I feel like I probably wouldn't have gone through a lot of the things or the things that I did, I would have been able to deal with them better.
Yep.
And so that's why we don't need to act like, I don't need to act like I'm better than anyone because I'm really not. I'm literally like anyone, like I could get along with anyone. I could just hang out with people because like I don't see myself as better than anyone else because in a second it could all change. You know what I mean? Like my Instagram could get deactivated. I could break my camera and not get a new one. You know what I mean? So it's like people just have themselves on these like pedestals
Mm-hmm.
when it could end in a second. Like people's careers in this industry end in a second. Like
Over
they could
tweets
be
that
big.
happened 10 years ago.
Exactly. They could be big one day and then gone the next.
Yep.
And that's why I deleted my Twitter.
There's a lot of things that people understand. The internet was different. So like the whole Kevin
Mhm.
Hart thing, how they brought up his tweets from however long ago. The internet was different 5, 10 years ago. People were only friends with their friends on the internet. I'm not saying what they're saying is okay, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's some things I say to my friends that I would never want the whole entire world to know.
Oh, 100%.
Because that's somebody I'm super close with. You see your brothers, your moms, your sister, you wouldn't want anybody in the world to hear, but they wouldn't judge you for it. And I think that people forget that. They don't understand that. They take it like that he would have tweeted it just now with his millions of followers.
Exactly.
And
that's
not
a really
what
good point. That really is a really good point. And I just feel like a lot of the people are like really oversensitive now.
Everyone.
Like on the internet.
Everyone.
It's so annoying. Like
not only does everyone have a problem with something, but they think they have a right to tell you what to have a problem with. Well, you shouldn't feel sad about that. There's children dying in Africa. That's true. But this is still sad. That doesn't, and that goes to everybody. There's people that are going through things in their daily life that they think is so small compared to what everybody else is going through, so it doesn't matter, and it matters. And I think that that's something that needs to be said so many times now, that it matters no matter how small it is. If you dropped your pencil and it made you cry, it matters. And I just
100%.
So sad to see people and I would
it really is because no, it is really sad. I totally agree with that. But back to what were we talking about? People being so sensitive. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I want to get braids. Like I love like the idea of like having like 4 like big braids. Mm-hmm. But I'm scared to do it because I don't want people to say that I'm appropriating someone's culture.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. So, but how, and when you think about this, because I'm Filipino Portuguese. So,
Yeah.
and you know, you're Mexican.
I'm Hispanic, yeah.
And I think that, do you find it as, if you're going through your newsfeed and somebody decides to do a cute makeup look and a sombrero or something that's cultural to you, does that offend you? Because it doesn't offend me.
Because exactly, people eat Mexican food every day. That should be appropriating culture too. Like, I don't understand
Taco
it.
Tuesday. I'm just throwing that out there.
Exactly, and it's like, I understand how it could hurt people to think that, like, I'm trying to mock them.
It's the point
or
to
anything.
mock them. That's a complete.
Exactly. If I were to put on darker makeup and say I want to be Beyonce for Halloween, I would agree that that's disgusting and that that's not okay. But it's like, come on, I'm going to Coachella, I want to have braids in my hair.
Right?
Like, leave me alone.
But I mean,
I get where they're coming from, because, like,
I get the people that have done it with specific intent. The making fun of, that is wrong. I agree 100%. But dressing up as a princess for Halloween, my daughter or me or whoever shouldn't have to worry about what race that princess is.
That's true.
It's make believe. The Little Mermaid's a fish. All right. Well, and see, look, we're already past our time. But
kind of
I do, at the end of the show, always like to ask influencer to give a personal message to your fans. So you can now take the floor.
Okay. I just want to say, just love each other. There's no point for us to be negative, because there's already so much negative in this world. Just take the time and be nice. Show love to your family. Tell them that you love them. Give them a hug, because you never know when it's going to be the last time you get to do that. Just enjoy every day like it's your last. And have a swaggy time.
I hope that you enjoyed the morning with us. And be sure to follow us at TC Social Club on Instagram so you can get the latest on our merch drops, as well as what will be coming up next on our podcast, Tuesdays with TC Social. Also, be sure to check out our YouTube channel at TC Social Club, as this is where it will be posted every week. Make sure that you also follow your favorite influencer and let them know that they need to be on the show. Make sure you DM us, get us out there. If you have any questions, please hop on our website at www.tcsocialclub.com. You'll find most of your answers there. If not, you can direct message us on our Instagram channel. As usual, here at TC Social, we like to sip the tea, but we like to keep it positive vibes always.